You are now listening to Cult 45, the only cult movie podcast that puts air on your chest. So sit back, relax, pour up, and turn up.
What's going on, everybody? This is Beat 'em Down with Cult 45 the Movie Podcast. Today, I'm joined by a living legend. He is a undefeated black belt of karate, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, judo, and a achan in Muay Thai. A skydiving enthusiast with world record-breaking jumps, the hardest working ranger on the morphing grid, including a Power Ranger special coming up, as well as taking on M. Bison. He will be in Houston, Texas for Fandemic that's going to be on September 14th to the 16th. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a for Jason, David, Frank. What is going on, man? Thank you so much for your time.
What is going on? That was a great intro. You wrapped it all up in a nutshell.
Thank you,
It was great.
Thank you.
That was perfect.
That is my goal every single time.
It is perfect.
Excellent. So you're going to be in Fandemic, but every time I see you on social media, because I follow you and my co-host Randy, shout out to him. He really wanted to be here for this one.
What's up, Randy? Sorry you're not making it.
Don't make a feel.
But if you guys are at the Comic-Con, the Fandemic Comic-Con, come on up.
Yeah, we will be there.
Sure.
We will be there.
Okay.
September 14th through 16th in RG State.
That's right.
So when I see you on social media, you're always moving around, working, eating stale, discarded popcorn from concession stands, and you always got a smile on your face. How do you do it? What is your secret? How do you have all this energy, man?
Man, it's hard. It's very disciplined. I have to set reminders now at the point. It does get hard. Yesterday, I actually had to turn my phone off and hibernate for about 24 hours. I've never done that before, so I just disconnected. And first I lost my phone and it was in my car, but then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not even going to look for it. I'm just going to disconnect, lay down, which I never do, and recharge because I had a film today for the trainmejdf.com website. So I had a lot of stuff to do. So I just, it's discipline. It's through the martial arts training, I think, that gave me the discipline to work hard, smile. When I'm teaching on the floor, I used to teach about 14 classes. You have to have patience on the floor. You got to have fun. And this is a lot easier than teaching 14 classes a day. I tell you that. Oh,
I'm sure. I can't even imagine, dude. I have the worst patience. I can't even imagine. It's probably why I'm terrible at fighting as well. I had to ask you this because I'm a huge Power Ranger fan, and then I got bored one day and learned about Super Sentai, and my mind was blown. So of course, I'm sure you heard about this a billion times, but I wanted to ask you about Cybertron, which was a pilot that you did, which later became VR Troopers. And that was like watching something from an alternate dimension. It was weird. The fact that the Green Ranger theme was basically just like a redone version of the Cybertron theme.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't think about that. People don't ask me 1,000 times, so that's a good question.
Oh, thank you.
Well, since you're a big Power Ranger fan, did you make Power Morphicon?
No, man. I don't. I'm a fan, but I don't have huge fan money, my friend. So I can't.
Yeah, you know what? That's why we're doing this Morphicon Expresses. So the next one here is going to be April 6th and 7th in Pasadena Convention Center.
Oh, really?
Bringing a whole bunch of cast members. Yeah, we're doing the Power Morphicon Expresses. Power Morphicon's only, every two years.
Right.
So because of that issue of traveling and buying tickets, we're going to go to other cities on a smaller level. So this way people can enjoy it without, saving a fortune to do their cons. But anyway, that was really fun. I just got back. It was a lot of fans. I stayed about 4 hours after closing.
Oh, wow.
And I had hundreds of people left by the time we were closed. So they were nice enough to keep those people on the floor and let me get through my line. So it was a really busy day. And so the Green Ranger, we ran out of Japanese footage, obviously, on the Green Ranger. So they just decided to write me off the show.
Right.
And then they pretty much presented an opportunity for me. Said, hey, we don't have nowhere for you to go, but you're super popular, so we want to sell this show called Cybertron, and we want to base it off the most popular character, which is you. So they sold it, syndicated. Pretty much 70%, of the world bought this Cybertron pilot, and then the Green Ranger was gone, and then people started calling Fox, and parents were really upset. Like, you got to bring this guy back.
Wow.
Like, my kid's literally going on strike. Like my kid won't eat, and it was a big news at Fox. And so Saban said, hey, we got to get you back on the show. I mean, I know you want to do this other show, but we got to bring you back. And they brought me back as the White Ranger. And my character just grew and grew and grew. And I'm probably the only one that's been consistent through the whole entire brand, even when the brand was down as Dino Thunder. The ratings were terrible. I couldn't get an interview. I stuck with it. I was the first one to do Comic-Cons. I'm still the first one that don't take an appearance fee. If you want to get something, you can. If you don't have to. You're all going to leave happy. And I'm happy and honored to say that out of 6 years, it's not about money for me at these Comic Cons. And mostly with a lot of actors it is, but for me it's not. And I'm pretty happy and proud to say that. So I've kind of kept it as a hobby. It's become kind of like a full-time hobby. I'm trying to meet the demands of everybody and try to travel around the world and I guess share the love outside of USA and bigger shows. I want to spread the love to people all over in Dubai and Amsterdam and Philippines and Jakarta because Power Rangers is a worldwide thing. And I think too many people appreciate the fans only in the United States. Nobody wants to travel 18 hours for free and meet fans, but I will. That's just my thing.
You know what, and that makes so much more sense about for you to even be part of the roster for Fandemic because John Macaluso is like when I looked at his lineup, I was like, man, these are nothing but like fan favorite like people who are just known for just having that kind of connections with with their fans and for you to take the time to talk to me, it shows that you guys are really out there giving back.
Sure. I appreciate you guys because that's the reason why my character is so popular in the Comic Cons is so many actors come and they only do like no interviews or maybe only one, in certain contracts. But I'm just at the point where, I love John. We go way back. I've been working with John for years and years and years. I just talked to him today and, we're coming up with some exclusive, lunch boxes that are really cool. Nice. And I'm sure we'll announce them at the Fandemic. But he's got a heck of a lineup. And everyone does this for John. Everyone at his shows are like, dude, we'll come. Don't worry. If they want to get something to the table, they can. If not, there's not a lot of people that are like, all right, pay me the money. Like Chuck, I know Chuck. I've worked with him a long time, knew him back in '98. And I said, hey, why don't you come to the Fandemic Tour? And he said, oh, I'd love to. Hook it up. And John, next thing you know, Chuck Norris is there. You got Paige, you got David Bautista. I mean, you got a lineup that's just out the door as far as the Comic-Con. It's top-notch people. And I'm happy to be there and hold my own against all these top people because my fans, they're super loyal, super crazy, super dedicated. And it just makes me feel like I can hold my own against Chuck Norris or someone else because my fans are that powerful.
Yeah, man.
Which is a good thing.
All it took was those 3 spin kicks in succession, bro. During that opening.
Yeah.
Won me over, bro.
That's right.
Speaking of Dave Bautista and comic book characters, you, sir, have played a lot of characters from comics and brought them to the big screen, such as Bloodshot from Valiant and Lord Drakon from the Shattered Grid series from the IDW Power Rangers, correct?
Yep.
What is like a dream role that you wish to tackle?
Dude, I love Bloodshot. I'm happy for Vin Diesel. I'm happy for Dinesh. I still hoping to do something in that film, But yeah, dude, I loved it. But again, I was the first one. The martial arts scenes are incredible. Aaron with Pat and the Sun. Me and Aaron are going to do some big things. I mean, we're really going to do some big things. We're already moving up the ladder. With this and just showing what we're going to be able to do with this Street Fighter and the Street Fighter Showdown, showing the studios. I mean, we got Lionsgate behind us. And, awesome. But I love Bloodshot. I really did love that role. And there was and people still don't know Bloodshot and Valiant. Give them time. I'm sure it will all go viral once Vin Diesel does this $100 million film. So it's good. I mean, it's just to the point where you got to give it to someone like Vin Diesel. He's got 50 million followers, to that one day, when I get up to that level, I'll understand. But sometimes, numbers, people just look at numbers, studios and numbers and box office. I think I look a little bit more at personalities and things that we do, like Aaron. Like, we don't look at numbers. We look at how many people we can make happy and how good our project's going to be. And Aaron's going to make one heck of it. You wait until you see that. You guys haven't seen anything yet with that Street Fighter Showdown. And then, the book comes out in December, The Soul of the Dragon. That's based off the Old Man Tommy story I wanted to do years and years ago. And we're hoping to turn that into a digital series. I'm just the ultimate character for me. Yeah, I'm the Green Ranger. I don't really, people say you're afraid to get stereotyped. Dude, the Power Rangers is one of the greatest heroes of all times. We're now into the Boom Comics. We're in the Marvel. And the Power Ranger can stand just as much as it can Spider-Man. A kid walk in and go, "That's Power Ranger. That's Spider-Man." I mean, Heim made it a household name, and now with Hasbro having it, it's going to be in good hands. You know what I mean? Hasbro's got a lot of good things in store, and a lot of different avenues they're going to take the brand. And they know my fan power, man. I was there at San Diego Comic-Con, killed it over there. The Power Morphicon, biggest line, longest line, killed it over there. So Hasbro understands the popularity of the Bat in the Sun Green Ranger, the Lord Draken Green Ranger that they're coming out with toys. So it's just a matter of time before Hasbro says, hey, this is the dude we need to use. He's got more social media power than us. His fans are loyal, and I take time for people and deposit in their emotional bank account. You know what I mean? So if I need a favor, I could pull it from their emotional bank account. And a lot of people don't do that. You know, I mean, a lot of people don't respond to fans. A lot of people don't take the time. A lot of people don't return fan mail. I do. I've been working so hard for 7 years. And, you know, my con career started with Lexington. Jared called me, the owner, and said, hey, come do a Comic-Con. And I was like, Comic-Con? I was like, okay, I'm going to go buy my collection back, because I sold it when I was 17 to buy my first karate school for about $11,000.
Oh, wow.
So I said, yeah, I'm gonna go look at some comics. And ever since that day, I never got a chance to walk around the floor and look at comics. I've been busy behind my booth the whole entire time. We got a video game coming out. It's really cool. My Morphin Life game was supposed to drop a couple days ago. I got to call the guys today, but the video game is epic. It's a free download to, you know, the Apple's, Androids, computers. I mean, and there's upgrades. It's a really cool video game. Been in the works for about 2 years, and it's like a retro video game. Brings you back to like the Street Fighter days and the 80s and the 90s, you know, video games. So that's going to be really cool. I can't wait to release that. So we should release that probably within the next week or so.
Awesome, man. I'm actually looking forward to that one, because I saw a few screenshots on Instagram.
Yeah.
I was really excited about that one. Now, earlier I mentioned that that you basically are a black belt in a lot of martial arts styles. Yeah. And I gotta ask you this: what do you find more rewarding, utilizing your skills in the ring to be undefeated, or passing those skills down to your students?
I think I love teaching, man. I just, you know, I do the online training, the trainmejdf.com. And the only reason I do that is I just love teaching. I had a student I used to teach online. Long story short, he ended up taking his life. His mom called and said, man, that was the best thing he's ever done. I said, really? I was like, the online training, I had a couple Skype lessons with this guy, and he loved it. I couldn't read him because I thought he didn't really like the class, but he did. He was just one of those kids that just didn't show emotions. And, you know, he ran down to the garage, you know, half hour to an hour earlier, just waiting for me to log on. Oh, wow. And he did really well. I kind of tested it on him, and I taught him. I mean, he did really well. So that's why I started the training program, the Train Me JDF program, is because I like teaching. So I think it's rewarding teaching kids and watching the kids kick butt. And I've had several black belts that tried out for the Power Rangers role that came very close on getting it. But I know for a fact when Jen is 18, I've already confirmed she's going to be the next Pink Ranger. So she's at the school now trying to train her. She's great at gymnastics, great at martial arts, great at acting. And she has my last name. So that's going to be a big push for publicity in the next 3 years or so. So I'm looking forward to that. So to answer your question, I think more rewarding teaching kids. Now, I like punching people in the face in the ring. But other than that, I think it's more rewarding. That's something that can last eternity. You know, it can leaving a legacy behind, just leaving a legacy behind, like Bruce Lee or Chuck Norris. And the key eyes that you intro today, the first time I really understood that, man, there's not a lot of karate people out there that have signature key eyes.
Right.
Think about it.
Right.
Chuck Norris don't. Van Damme don't. Seagal don't. Tony Jaa doesn't. Jackie Chan doesn't. Jet Li doesn't.
That's true.
Except me and Bruce Lee.
I didn't even think about that.
You can go, wow, and then you can go, yes, it's a trademark key eye, and I'm just so happy to leave that behind, man. People always say, do your key eye, and do your key eye, and only Bruce Lee had it as a signature key eye. You know, so kids are running around doing my key eye, and people know that's for me. And then when you're running around doing Bruce Lee, you know that's Bruce Lee. So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy and honored with that.
You know what? I didn't even think about that.
I didn't either until people started telling me, until your intro again. It reminded me. I said, wow, that's right. Totally reminded me.
That's crazy.
And I looked into it. That's really the only karate stars that ever had a trademark key eye.
Yeah, because like Van Damme's only trademark is like splits.
Is the kick, that kick.
I'm going to get in my butt. And that's all. That's all he got.
Seagal, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, Seagal is a whole nother thing.
Eating.
Let me not talk too
No,
much
it's
about
like
him.
keto.
Yeah,
Van Damme's just knowing to pop off to me, but other than that, it's okay.
nah, just good dancing and splits. That's all he got, man. But
Yeah.
last question for you, sir, so I can free you to get back to all the billion things you're doing. Your motto is to live fearlessly, and that's at least what Randy's T-shirt says because he bought your shirt. What is the story behind that mantra?
Oh man, I think it's one of those things where I heard Tammy's grandpa and grandma talking about, I should have done and I could have done and I wish I'd done. And I was sitting there going, man, I never want to be old and say that I wish I could have fought. I wish I could have jumped out of an airplane. I wish I could have base jumped. So really, I was trying to explain this to someone. They said, okay, so let me get this straight. You skydive for fun. I said, yeah, but I'm still nervous. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like heights. And they said, well, why do you do it? You enter this zone. It's hard to explain. It's you got to push past your fear factor until enter this quiet, peaceful realm. It's kind of like the eye of the storm. You have all these fears that are like, oh my God, I can't. And then all of a sudden you enter this fear that's all around you, but you're in this eye of the storm and it's peaceful and it's quiet and you feel like you've accomplished it. So when you're down, it's outside the storm again. So you got to get past that fear and keep like, all right, this is it. The fighting and the skydiving and the stepping outside, being a businessman. I moved from California to open 2 karate schools over here. My karate schools are very successful, made millions of dollars. I don't contract people. I don't charge for testing fees. Stepping outside your comfort zone and saying, hey, this is something that I need to do, something that's scary. Going from California, selling everything, coming to Texas and opening 2 schools. And you got to remember, most of the stuff that I've done is my schools. You know what I mean? My schools have got me so far in life with the discipline and teaching people and gratitude and just being there. Most people act, they don't have a backup plan. The next thing you know, they don't know what they're doing. And that's the reasons why you read so much about people, or you wonder, like, are these people, what are they doing for? I don't do Comic-Cons for a living. I know 80% of them that do, some now they're coming out, but I don't do it for a living. I don't pay my car payment with that. I don't really care. I go to Comic-Con. Sometimes I'll just say, dude, bring him in. Bring him in. I don't feel like, just bring him in for free, man. I'm too stressed out on this stuff, So it's one of those things that I'm thankful to karate. And it just living fearlessly, doing something that you're scared to do. I've always wanted to sing, but I just never pursued it, or I always wanted to be an actor, but I just never pursued it. And so one of the things I would tell everyone is that we all want to be rich and famous. It'd be great being in a movie and acting and doing radio stations and blowing up and being on one of the biggest radio stations around the world, but one thing you have to do is you have to sharpen your skill. You get one shot, just like in a ring. If you don't win, you're done. And I hate saying CM Punk, but you're done. That's one of the things that he didn't sharpen his skill. For real, to step into the UFC octagon, he should have sharpened his skill to the point where people weren't even making fun of that dude. You get one shot. So when you want to do something and become someone, sharpen your sword. So when it's time to go to war, you win. Even if you don't win the battle, you'll still win the war. You know what I mean? And so live fearlessly is that motto that I kind of live by, to say, dude, just do it. Nike had it. Nike had it the best. Just do it. Yeah. That's my thing. You know what I mean? And so the Nike trademark's taken, but live fearlessly is just like saying, just do it for Nike.
JDF, seriously, bro, I cannot explain how much of a thrill it was to talk to you, sir. Thank you for taking the time.
I'm so glad, man. I'm really glad. It's good to. I do a lot of interviews around the world, and I will do big interviews where I hear the guy saying, okay, who is he from? What does he do? Right. And I'm like, hey man, let's just interview. I'll fill you in. But sometimes it's their job and they got to ask who it is and what it is. So it's good and refreshing to find some good loyal fans. They're going to ask questions that they know what it's about, versus like, so you were a cartoon. It's like, no, dude, I wasn't a cartoon, but thanks for asking. You got millions of people jumping your butt right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's good that you've done your research. Thank you for following me, and thanks to all your fans. I just let people know they can always follow me on the social media platforms, which is JDFFFN. That stands for Jason David Frank. My fight name is Fearless Frank, and a long time ago we said it was a nation. I just kind of go by the initials. I don't say what it means, but it's Jason David Frank, Fearless Frank Nation. That's why it's JDFFFN, because ultimately we're building a nation of fans. I want fans around the world, and that's something that I'm striving to do, is always be the best. And you know what? Give and don't expect. I don't expect nothing back from anyone.
Right.
You giving me your time, I'm giving you your time. I don't even care if this is ever published. I don't care if you were just a fan. The point is, give and you shall receive. And that's my motto. And every time I give, I'm telling you, I get more and more and more back. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about the blessings and what people do. And it's just amazing to me, you know? So that's why I tell people, give and don't expect, because you'd be disappointed. When you give someone something, you might not get nothing back, but then you're not giving from the heart.
Exactly.
If you give, don't expect, and then you get something, you're like, dude, are you kidding me? Oh my God, thank you. And that's just kind of what it is, you know?
And you gave me double the time that I asked.
Oh, no.
No, dude, I
Of course, man,
appreciate it. You have no idea.
Tell Randy I said what's up, and you guys can always come to the booth and take some pictures. Just come to the front of the line, man.
Oh, you got it, man.
I'll be more than happy to take care of you.
We got a t-shirt waiting on you, man. And you can
Cool.
use it to clean your awesome ass car.
That's what's up. No. I'll definitely. I love gifts, man. And then if you guys want, you know, you do a quick camera interview or whatever, and just tie it in. I'm happy to do that.
Oh, dude, it's happening.
Sold.
It's happening. It's happening.
Yeah, perfect.
Once again, folks, Jason David Frank, the twice Red Ranger, White Ranger, Black Ranger, Green Ranger. He will be at Fandemic Comic-Con September 14th through 16th. Sir, on behalf of both of me and Randy's little brothers, we thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
We will see you at the con floor, bro.
All right. I look forward to seeing you, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. Bye-bye.
Go!